Hey guys, welcome to my video. Today we're going to look at the Sumo Deadlift. Please don't forget to subscribe and also check out benefit.co.uk if you'd like to know more information about myself and what I do. We'll get started by looking at the stance. So we need to find the stance that is going to work for that individual. So go as wide as your mobility allows. For me personally, about as wide as so. The idea is we want to get our hips in as close to the bar as we can and push our knees out to the side, and we want our shins to be touching on the bar. So now we've established a stance that suits us and our mobility, we're going to look at the grip. With the grip, we're going to go straight down to the bar and make sure we're about shoulder width and most of our hand is on the knurling, which is this rough stuff on the bar. It will actually add a fair amount of grip to the lift. We don't really want to be gripping on the smooth part of the bar, as then we may be more liable to actually dropping the bar during the lift. So most of the hand is on the knurling now. In terms of grips, we're going to stick with the double overhand. Later on, I will start to talk about different grips that we can utilize. For the ease of this initial video, I'm just going to talk about a double overhand. Now we've established our stance and our grip, we're going to find the rest of the position. So we're going to talk about three different things: our hip level, our knee position, and our chest position. So as I come down to the bar for my double overhand, my hips are low as if I'm sitting down, I'm pushing my knees out to the side, and my chest is high. That means I've got a vertical torso, as vertical as I can possibly go. A good cue to make sure your knees are pushing out to the sides is try and think like you're splitting the earth in two. Now we have our stance, we have our grip, we also have our starting position. Now I want to look at the actual movement. So first things first, our arms are just mere attachments to the bar. So you're going to keep your arms straight, lock your lats in, lock your shoulders in place. Number two, what I want you to do is literally drag the bar up your shins and also up your thighs. So the bar should actually never leave your legs. And then number three, what I want you to do is once you're just past your knees, you're going to shoot your hips in, lock your hips, lock your knees, stand up tall, and remember those shoulders should be back already. So really squeeze the shoulders back. So that movement should look like so. Okay, I'm just going to go a little bit slower on these next couple of reps. Really let those points come into place. Remember, I'm pushing my knees out, I'm splitting the earth in two. I'm staying tall through my chest, and that starting position, that seated position, shouldn't really alter much, especially in the first few inches of the movement. So a little slower reps now, just so you can see what I'm doing. So double overhand, sitting down, chest high, drag the bar up. From here, just about to go past the knees, hips come through, stand tall, and lock out. Once again, lats are locked in. The bar is already on my shins and it stays on my shins. I've broken it off the floor, past the knees, hips through, drag it up the thighs. So you'll notice I actually let the bar settle on the floor, then I picked it back up. This is what I want you to start doing, especially if you're new to the deadlift, and try not to go with what was called touch and goes. So we are literally picking it up from a dead weight. That will help develop your strength off the floor, which is very important when you're in the sumo stance. Because when you're lifting in a sumo stance and you're dragging the bar up your shins, it's going to be on the knurling. Now what I often find is people get very distracted by the pain that dragging of the knurling up the shins causes. And also it might cause some bleeding. What I highly recommend is you buy some deadlift socks, or you can get some cheap football socks just to protect your shins, and that means you can still really engage the lats and never let the bar drift away, and then that means your shins won't hurt so much and they won't bleed, which is never fun. So the reasons you might want to look at doing a sumo stance deadlift I highly recommend it for those who find the mobility of getting down into a conventional position where you have a narrow stance too difficult. You might find you're a bit more comfortable in a wide stance. Also, it's pretty good for those who tend to have back issues, as the sumo deadlift typically doesn't use much back strength when compared to the conventional lift. Also, you might want to use the sumo deadlift as an assistance movement to help you with your conventional deadlift. So it's going to utilize a lot of similar muscles, some quite similar movements and similar aspects, because they are such similar exercises. So it could be useful in that respect as well. So I'm just going to show you now the movement on profile and try and get all the points across, and hopefully you can see what I've been trying to give you guys in terms of your positioning and your lift. So I'm finding my stance, my shins are nice and close, so I'm pushing my knees out. Coming down to the bar, I've got my double overhand, it's making sure I'm on the knurling. I'm sitting down low at the hips. Chest is high, I'm engaging my lats. Broken off the floor, drag up the shins, past the knees, shoot the hips in, lock the hips, lock the knees, shoulders are back and I'm stood tall. Okay guys, I hope this has been of some help. Please don't forget to subscribe. I will be trying to put out a few more videos similar to this one. Happy lifting. See you guys soon.